Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness was the best movie that has come out this year. Doctor Strange was so shit. It was dreadful. I hated every second of it. It was just horrific. Like, the cinematography of this movie was just perfect. It was so elaborate. It was so well done. Dude, the tone flip-flopped like a freaking madman. It felt like a fish. It just went from one way to another, left to right. It was kind of weird. Dude, the fan service in this movie was impeccable. It was perfect. It was great. I loved it. I loved every second of this film. Honestly, this film was probably the worst film of 2022. I wouldn't even go watch it. It's fucking horrific. Doctor Strange, Madness into the Multiverse. Well, that's definitely getting cut out.
Oh, I don't think so.
Doctor Strange, Madness into the Multiverse. Was it good? Was it bad? Personally, I think it was a bit strange. Hey guys, what is up? Sixtails here, and today I am doing a review on Doctor Strange, Madness into the Multiverse that I watched just last night. Now, I've slept on it a bit just to make sure that I have my thoughts 100% in order, and when I say I thought this movie was strange, I'm not lying. Like, especially for, like, a Marvel movie, this was different, to say the least. Did I enjoy it? Didn't I? Well, Like, it was really cool the way to see that they were going, and it felt like they gave the director, Sam Raimi, a lot of free range on what to do. But I think, personally, with this movie, my feelings of what I thought was going to happen really weighed down the film. Because if I watch this film again, now knowing what's going to happen, I think, yes, I would enjoy it. I think I would probably give it a 7 out of 10. But with what I was expecting, the amount I was expecting from it, I think it really weighed down the film. And that's I understand that's my bad. It has nothing to do with what the director did or anything. It's just personal, what I was personally hoping for has really ruined this film for me. Like, there is other stuff, like, people have been complaining about the jokes not landing, and personally, I think a lot of the jokes did land, and they landed really well. There were a couple lines that were quite cheesy, more towards the end, same with, like, some earlier on, there were some corny lines, but they were still good lines, except for, like, the end ones. Overall, all the lines were still pretty good. And the actual tone that they went with was it was really unexpected. Like, I was expecting, another, like, it didn't feel like a Marvel movie until the last part. The last part really felt like a Marvel movie, but the first and second part felt like a Sam Raimi movie. They added a horror element to this film. Like, it's not like a goody two-shoes film, I guess you could say, like some of them are, like the Spider-Man one and stuff. It had like a horror aspect, and it was genuinely horrifying. And the fan service that they had in it was actually quite cool. Some of the characters that they brought in was very nice, some not so much, but I still appreciated it. Sure, it wasn't my thing, but for people that do enjoy those characters, I'm sure they would have loved them. Personally, me, not so much with some, but with the others, if you watched it, I'm sure you'll probably know what I'm talking about. Maybe. But I think the ending was definitely the weakest part. Like, it was still good, but to me, it felt a little bit disconnected from the film, and the speed of the film felt really weird to me as well, because I'll try to explain it, because I don't want to give any spoilers. So the start of the film, obviously it starts straight in a battle, right? People are fighting, and then it cuts to Doctor Strange. And, he's going about his daily life, just doing Doctor Strange stuff, you could say. And that's in, like, the span of, like, 10 minutes. And then, boom, another fight's happening. 10 minutes in 2 fights. and it's like, oh, okay, okay. And then it does slow down for like another 10 minutes. And then it kicks back up again. For like the 10 minutes later, and you're like, holy shit, oh my god. And then it takes like this big 30-minute to like 45-minute kind of slower pace while they're traveling in the multiverse. And it's like, oh, okay, I can understand this. And then it picks up again, and you're like, okay, here it comes, yeah. And it picks up, and it picks up, and it picks up, and then it slows down a bit. And then it picks back up, and it's just, it felt like the start was almost rushed, because apparently 30 minutes was cut from the film. I'm assuming by Disney's, I'm assuming Disney wanted to do that and not Sam Raimi. And the start kind of felt like it, and the end kind of did as well for me. I felt like it was missing a bit. But and the tone felt like odd at points, because like most of it felt like a Sam Raimi film, except for the ending, which didn't. It felt like a Marvel film, which I get they have to do. Like, it is a Marvel film. Like my sister said this, it's a Marvel film. What do you expect? But personally, it felt out of place with the rest of the film. In what I had seen, what I thought, it felt out of place. But the thing is, it's also like twisted from like my mind, because freaking I was wanting a lot more, and I was really disappointed with what they gave. But I understand it was still, what they gave was still good. It's just my mind wanted more. I craved more from this film, and I didn't get that more, which is really disappointing, but I think on a rewatch it will be quite good. But then there's also... So... Okay, this is definitely going to be spoilers. Do I talk about it? There's a battle scene where someone is fighting someone, and... So pretty much there's two people fighting, right? And, well, there's a group versus someone, and that someone takes out the group pretty easily. And then it gets to a 1v1, and what happened was really upsetting to me. I was expecting a really big battle between, like, their powers. But what really happened was just kind of a really short thing. And my siblings liked it, but personally I was like, is that it? For their strength versus their strength? That's all they gave? Really? Wow, that's really boring. Like, I was genuinely upset. But again, it's just personal things that really ruin this film for me. I was expecting way too much. I wanted way too much, and that ruined the film quite a lot. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you go into this film, try to expect less, and you will probably get more than you wanted. But if you're expecting a lot, you're probably going to be disappointed by this film like I was. If not, hey, that's great! But if so, sorry. I would probably give it a 6 out of 10, currently. Maybe on a rewatch I would give it a higher score, maybe I'll think it's better, maybe I'll think it's worse. Anyway, I'm Sixtails, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.